there, yogis. Today I have a video for you that is sun salutations and a moon salutation. So we'll do a couple versions of sun salutation and then we'll move into a moon salutation. So I hope you'll enjoy this video today. We're going to start at the top of the mat and just center in today. Just go ahead and step to the top of your mat. If you have blocks, have them outside of both feet so that they're accessible throughout the practice. So just stand up tall at the top of your mat. You can let your big toes touch, and then just bring your hands to your heart. And we'll settle in at the top of our mat. Ground through your feet. Go ahead and lift up through your chest. Roll those shoulders down your back. You might want to take a couple of shoulder rolls just to relax into your posture at the top of your mat. So we're going to start in mountain pose. But we're going to bring our hands to our heart. Good. And just looking straight ahead. If you'd like to close down your eyes, go ahead and do that. And settling in at the top of your mat, we're just going to start to breathe here. So really paying attention to the breath. Paying attention to the breathing in and the breathing out, and just your normal rhythm of breath. So not forcing anything, just letting that breath be natural. And as you're paying attention to your breath here at the top of your mat, see if you can start to elongate that breath. Maybe breathe a little more air into your lungs, exhale a little more air out. And see if you can find a rhythm there, consciously elongating that breath in and out. to your heart. Good, one more time. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, hands through your heart, bend at the waist. Beautiful, halfway lift here. Fold over your legs. Good. Stand up nice and tall as you inhale. Reach those fingertips to the ceiling, look up. Hands come all the way to the heart and just pause and breathe. Good. Adding on from that, we'll start with a version of sun salutation. Go ahead and inhale, reach
your blocks, if you have them on your mat, bring them outside of your feet so that they're ready for our next section. So from here, push into the mat, stand up nice and tall, reach up high, and then just bring your hands to your heart and settle in breathing here. So now from the top of your mat, we're going to go into a moon salutation. So you have blocks. We've already got them at the top of the mat, so we don't have to adjust. So from here, what I want you to do is step in between your blocks and face the side of your mat. Okay, so we're going to start from the top of our mat and work our way down the mat. So staying here nice and tall, go ahead and bring your hands to your heart again. Lift up through your belly and your chest. Just breathe here. Good. On an inhale, reach up nice and high. Exhale your hands down to your heart. Good. This time, inhale, reach up nice and high. Keep your fingertips up towards the ceiling. Bring that right hand down to your right thigh. Reach the left arm over your left ear and take a side bend. Good. Come back through center, reaching the right arm up to meet the left. Drop that left arm down. Reach that right arm over to the left. Good. Reaching that left arm all the way up to meet the right. Now both arms are going to sweep nice and wide. Come behind your back. Interlace your hands. Lift your chest. Lift your belly. Pull your knuckles down. Lift your heart up. Maybe even look up. Good. Look back, straight. Inhale those arms up high. And then bring your hands down to your heart. Good. From here, you're going to step that right foot out wide onto your mat. Bring your toes out and your heels in. And bring your arms up to the ceiling. So we're in a 5-star breathing. Now, if you'd like to use a mudra today for focus, you can bring your first finger and your thumb to touch and your other 3 fingers out wide. Bring them here. Now we're going to come into goddess, so keeping your toes out and your heels in. Go ahead and bend your knees, lift your chest, lift your belly, and then bring your arms into gold pose. And we have a Gayana mudra going on for focus. And breathe. Nice. Straighten those legs. Come back to your 5-star. Good. Now bringing your arms out wide to a T. Palms are facing down. Bring your back toes in and bring your front toes forward. So we're setting up for a triangle pose. So that right hip's going to keep pulling back. You're going to reach that left fingertips as far forward as you can. And the left arm's going to drop behind that left foot. So if you have a block, this is a great time to use it. Place your hand right on that block. Reach the right arm forward. And what I want you to do is pull your heart forward. onto the mat or on blocks. Curl your back toes under, lift your knee up, and we're gonna waft to the right. So you can bring those blocks with you, and we're gonna come into a wide forward fold. Just let your head drop. Bring those blocks and your hands underneath your shoulder. Relax your head down. Lift up through your tailbone. And see if you can put an equal amount of weight in both of your feet as you hang your head low. Good, now walk those hands forward, take a halfway lift. We're gonna do a twist while we're here. So keep your heart pulling forward. Keep that left hand on the mat or on your block. Reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Turn your chest to the right. Good, drop that right hand down onto your block or the mat, and let's turn to the left. Good. You're really turning through your chest. Keep your hips pulling back as you're doing this. Good. Drop that left hand down. Now we're going to walk those blocks to the right side of your mat, so the opposite side of the mat that we were just working on. And drop your left knee down, bend into your right knee, so we're back into that crescent moon, our knee warrior pose. Uncurl your back toes, and go ahead and reach those arms for the ceiling. Good, bring both palms down to your blocks. Uncurl your back toes, lift your knee up. Now you're gonna drop that back foot down onto the mat with your left toes pointing up to the left side of your mat. So we'll come into pyramid pose on this side. See how much you can straighten that front leg, pull your heart forward for that halfway lift, and then fold over that front leg. And you can adjust as we go so that the pose feels comfortable for you. Good, keep breathing here. Now, keeping your right hand behind your right foot, either on a block or on the mat. I'm actually going to switch the position of my block. With your back left toes, I want you to turn your heel to the right with your toes facing out to the left. Okay, so that's going to help us come into triangle a little easier. So from here, lift that left arm to the ceiling. I want you to try to turn your belly and your chest up to the ceiling as much as you can. If you can look up, go for it. Good, but you're trying to extend your heart forward and that left hip back. Good job, you got it. Beautifully done. Good, now go ahead and bring that left hand back down onto your block. From here, we're gonna come all the way up. Warrior two arms. Nicely done. Good, now point both toes to the side of your mat. Come into your 5-star. Good, now you can connect your first finger and your thumb if you'd like to for that focus mudra. Pull your heels in, your toes out, come down onto your goddess. Beautiful, breathe here. Straighten through those legs, straighten your arms back to 5-star. Bring your hands down to your heart. Now we're going to step that left foot over to the right, all the way to the top of our mat at the opposite side. Inhale, reach both arms for the ceiling. Bring your hands back behind your body, interlace. Pull your knuckles down, lift your heart, lift your chest. Maybe look up, a nice little back bend here. Good. Looking forward, go ahead and reach those arms for the ceiling. Bring your hands to your version of Moon Salutation. We're gonna stay where we are, start on this side, work our way back to the other side of the mat. Good, you know what's coming now. Inhale, reach up tall. Keep your fingertips lifted nice and tall. Left arm comes down, right arm goes over. Good, inhale that left arm up, bring that right arm down, left arm over. Right arm reaches up to the ceiling now. Spread both arms out nice and wide. Interlace behind your back. Knuckles pull down. Chest lifts up. Little back bend here. Beautiful. Look straight ahead. Inhale both arms up. And bring your hands down to your heart. Breathing. Very nice. Stepping out with the left foot this time. We're going to step out wide into that 5 star. So your heels are going to be in, toes out. Lift the arms up nice and tall. You can come into that Gayana Mudra if you'd like to. Coming into Goddess. Sink deep. Breathe. Beautiful. Go ahead and come back to 5 star. Reach up tall. Now bringing your arms out wide to that T. The left heel is going to come out and your left toes in. And then right toes are going to face the front of the mat. So you're setting up for your triangle pose here. Pull that left hip back, reach the right fingertips as forward as you can, and then drop your right hand down onto the mat, maybe onto your shin or onto a block, whatever works for you. I want your fingertips to be behind that right foot or on your shin. Lift up through your left fingertips and then turn your belly and chest to the ceiling. Nicely done, everyone. Go ahead and bring that left hand down onto the left block or onto the mat, and then pull your left toes towards the top of your mat, so that left corner of the mat. Heart forward, halfway lift, and then go ahead and fold over that front leg. Should feel good. Relax the shoulders, relax the neck. Breathe here in your pyramid pose. Good, then coming up onto your back toes, go ahead and drop that left knee down, bend into the right knee. Uncurl your back toes, lift your belly, lift your chest, come into your knee warrior or your crescent moon. Good, then drop those hands down onto your block, curl your back toes under, lift your knee, and you're gonna walk those blocks to the left, come into a wide fold, and then just drop your head down. Pull those blocks or your hands back underneath your shoulders, and then just relax here. Drop that head. Nice. Swap those hands forward. Take a halfway lift. Right hand is going to stay where it is underneath that right shoulder. Lift the left arm for the ceiling. We'll do a twist here. Good. Left hand comes down. Right arm pulls up to the ceiling. Twist to the other side. Beautiful. Right hand comes back. Now we're going to walk our blocks and make our way to the top of our mat now. Turning both your toes forward. Drop that right knee down. And then lift your arms for the ceiling. Back to that knee warrior, crescent moon on the other side. Lift up through your belly, get really tall here. Good. Drop both hands down onto the block. If you don't have your back toes curled, curl them under. Lift your knee up, then drop that right heel down, pointing the right toes towards the right edge of your mat. Straightening your front leg as much as it works for you. Pull your heart forward to get nice and long in your spine, and then fold over that front leg. Good. From here, we're going to set up that triangle pose. So your left hand is going to stay either outside of your left foot on your block or on your shin. And I want you to turn your right toes to the right, so they're facing the side of your mat, and your heel is going to turn a little bit too. So that back foot is bring your hands down to your heart, and let's step that right foot up to the top of your mat. We're going to come back to where we originally started our moon salutations. Nicely done. Inhale, reach your arms up high. Sweep those arms nice and wide, interlace your hands behind your back. Pull your knuckles down. Lift your belly, lift your chest, look up. Beautiful. Inhale your arms up high. Keep those fingertips up. Bring that right arm down, left arm over and reach. Lift your right arm to the ceiling. Pull your left arm down. Reach the right arm over. Very nice. Left arm lifts up. Reach. Bring your hands to your heart. Woo. Very nicely done, everyone. Breathe here. Just come back to center. We did a lot of work today. A lot of moving around. Great job. Take a nice big inhale through your nose. And then exhale that air through your mouth. Good. Let's finish up today. So go ahead and turn to the front of your mat. Take an inhale, reach up nice and high. As you exhale, fold over your legs, drop your head. And go ahead and step back with both of your feet. We're going to bring our knees down onto the mat, and we're going to sit. So we'll do a couple of stretches before we finish up into Shavasana.